Early in my junior year of college, I was assaulted on campus. We were at a birthday party for a friend of mine, and I had had too much to drink and um, was basically in a blackout state. I don't have a lot of memory from that night, but what I do remember are these sort of flashes of specifics. So I remember like stumbling on the sidewalk in that dorm complex and him helping me up. When I kind of woke up the next morning, realized where I was, sort of slowly started to piece together um, all of these individual factors, like I'm naked and I'm sore, and none of this was what I expected. I reported the assault to my university a couple days after it happened, and over the next several months, things were, I would say, grossly mishandled by William and Mary. I guess I had high expectations that things would be made right because it felt like there was such a clear case um, for having my assaulter found responsible. Um, it did feel like sort of extraordinary circumstances in that he was also um, responsible for assaulting one of my close friends, and that was sort of the impetus for reporting. Like I said, you expect the institution to already have the processes and already have the expertise and to have your best interests at heart and help you in that process of finding justice. But I think it felt more like grappling with the institution and trying to pry justice out of their hands, like it was they were sort of, they had all of the power to do something about it and they didn't. I think the first indicator was we had that original meeting on September 18th, and the first correspondence back from that office after that meeting was October 13th. So nearly a month after I reported this before we heard from anybody. And then I also filed a criminal complaint with campus police. So there was a short investigation sort of alongside the administrative investigation. And we were basically told by the officers that we were working with that the Commonwealth Attorney would never pick up our case because there wasn't enough evidence and that we should drop it, which we did. I couldn't get a simple email when the dean went on vacation before she could deliver my determination. I don't even know how to describe it, but this very strange logic in my determination letter that said, we acknowledge that your consent was ineffective because you were incapacitated. However, he didn't know that you were incapacitated, therefore he can't be found responsible. So to me, I hear, you were raped, but he's not a rapist. I think at that point I had kind of run out of options, sort of locally, and I knew that there was this sort of nuclear option of reporting it to the Department of Education, and that there would be, a bigger investigation, and that it would be a conversation about William and Mary and their practices, and not about my case and what happened to me in particular. And that was, again, sort of this like hope to shed light on the bigger issue, that it's not just about my assault, but about, you know, the other people who filed with me, the supporting evidence. They basically wait for students to graduate out, and then the problem goes away. And it's this perpetuated cycle where assaults keep happening and they keep getting reported and they keep getting mishandled. And there's no sort of avenue for continuous feedback or for continuous agitation or push for change because of the way that higher ed works. And I think the Title IX complaint with the DOE was a really good first step because it doesn't graduate in 4 years. Those cases take a really long time. But